Well, it is my opinion that schools are designed to control, suppress, and damage the self-esteem of children, especially children of color. And they do that so that they won't grow up to raise resistance against the power structure. That's where no comes in, and you can't do that. And I'm also one that believes that the American education system is not, nor has ever been, to empower children to transform society and resolve our human problems. So in the chapter titled Grits with Cheese, you wrote, "The realization that traditional school is failing some of our children." When did you make that discovery? I've known it, but I want to hear what you have to say about it.
It was my middle child, because my oldest child was more like me in the sense that I had realized that just doing what they told me with no resistance would be the easiest, fastest way to get through this process. I had to do 12 years of time in school. If I just do what they tell me to do, I will make it really easy on myself, my mother, no phone calls, and I found a subject matter that was important and I was good at, and I just went hard and I was able to accomplish that and make good grades. Just literally a robot, just went there and did everything they told me to do with no resistance. My first child came, and I'm math and she was science, and so we just kind of been robots, doing what we were supposed to do really well. And then my second child came along, and I was like, okay, I've been successful. This is how you do it. Here's step one. Step one didn't work for her. Step 2, 3, I'm going through this process and everything I'm doing is failing, and I'm just like, oh my God, what do I do? And I had to stop and recognize that she wasn't me, and she wasn't her, and what it was going to take was for me to be a different person and try my best to understand her needs and her desires, and what that was art. She's always wanted to be on TV. I mean, we have videos of her at like 3 years old creating her own TV show. So she couldn't do the math, and the school was like telling me that something was wrong with her, and that I needed to go have her tested, and that she needed to get this fixed. And then the more I listened to them tell me that, I realized that the fixing had nothing to do with what they needed for her. It was what they wanted to make it easy for the teacher. This was going to make the classroom better and everyone else get along well. Well, I don't care. What does that have to do with her? And so when that started to happen, I had to really start to move things around. I had to learn a lot of new stuff. I knew exactly how to get you through a math degree or a science degree or whatever. I don't know anything about the arts. I'm having to discover that there's more available space than just math, science, English, history. In school, they tell you if you're not good at those things, we don't need you. But we're in an art gallery right now, and we're all fascinated by what we see. We pay money to go to these events. We all pay money to go to movies. We all pay money to see a play. You love it. So why are you suppressing my child and telling her that she's not worthy because she doesn't do good at math? So that was the moment when I was like, okay, I know that. I don't think the school recognizes that, because every year I was being told that something was wrong with her. Turns out it's not.
Yikes. I think I was in 6th grade, and my teacher put me in a special education class. I'm glad I can't remember her name. Something was wrong with me. I think I went to school one day and I had on a flowered sweater and a plaid skirt, and she whispered in my ear, "You can't do that." And then I think 50 years later I went, "Calvin Klein is rich on that concept, huh? All right, but you told me that I can do that." All right, yeah, I'm one of those people. Let's break our rules. I don't like rules.